an oversight, an overview of the Civil Aviation Authority. I told you that one of the observations by the Auditor General are the non-utilized assets, the assets in the billions. And one of them mentioned is the baggage scanner. Baggage scanner, the aerodrome of Masindi, the unimplemented projects and procurements, which occasion an additional cost per year. Now, when you hear that in the same line and language, if that letter allegedly called a directive from the head of state is also mentioning aspects of scanners, you can see that as we interrogate Civil Aviation Authority, there's a lot to dig, because now it presupposes that some persons and individuals actually occasioned this. Beyond another reason, when we interface with identity, that there has been even attempts or efforts to interdict and position some other individual in the same role. What is before us is a very significant task, and that's for us to appreciate that we must interrogate the basis and this particular aspect to the latter. Having received the directive, what followed?
Chair and members, on the 21st of July 2026, the Minister of Works wrote a letter to the Director General, Uganda Civil Aviation Authority in Entebbe. The headline is Rampant Corruption at the Ministry of Works and Transport and Uganda Civil Aviation Authority. I have received the letter reference PO 28 dated 17th July 2026 from His Excellency the President of the Republic of Uganda. A copy is attached for ease of reference. In this letter, he indicated that in order to start on a cleanup of the Aviation Authority from corruption, the following people have been dismissed with immediate effect. You should immediately organize their handover offices. 1, Engineer Soma Ayub, Director of Airports and Aviation Security. Ms. Helen Wenene, Head of Legal. Engineer Twesi J. Ronald, Head of Contracts Committee. Signed, Fred Byamukama, Minister of Works and Transport. Copied to Honorable Minister of State for Transport, Honorable Minister of State for Works, Acting Permanent Secretary, Minister of Works and Transport, and the Chairperson, Board of Directors of Uganda Civil Aviation Authority.
Now, before that, did they say the people formally hand over, or they just went missing?
Chair, they said people have handed over
all the properties and assets?
Chair. Yes, Chair.
Okay, proceed.
That is the letter from the Minister.
And how did you process now the new persons in acting capacity?
Chair, by appointment.
We need a copy of that of those letters as well.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you have the letter? But let me explain as we get the letters.
Yes.
Chair, by the Human Resource Manual, the people who were terminated are a responsibility of the Board of Directors of Uganda Civil Aviation Authority. Therefore, immediately I received this letter, I formally communicated to the Board of Directors of Uganda Civil Aviation Authority. And the Board of Directors held a meeting where they received the letters.
Who are the board members?
The chairperson is Honorable Stephen Kavuma, is the chair. Justice Emeritus.
Yes.
We have Madam Ethel Kamba. We have Semugoma, Minister of Finance, the Accountant General. Sylvia Namubiru, and then Tom Chigundu, and then Sam, then Bulindi, and then Honorable Sam Lubowa, and Dr. Andrew Chero. Those are the board members.
Do you normally interact with the board?
Chair, we do.
Does the board supervise or oversee civil aviation?
Chair, it does, and it fulfills its obligations through the different processes of meetings.
That is your opinion. How then could they fail to see the people they are approved as a board, and it's a head of state somewhere communicating to the minister communicating to you before action is taken. Do you find it proper that the board has effective oversight on the affairs of the authority, or they were just appointed and they only receive emoluments?
Chair, in my position, I believe they have effective oversight of the institution, and I can't speak for them on the question you asked, whether they were.
I think we shall need to engage with the board. We cannot have a situation where the board could not see. It has to call an intervention of someone somewhere above to occasion change, and through the minister, then the acting ED, it becomes questionable as to whether this board exists or they actually function. So I think part of our engagement, we shall have to summon or invite and have a discussion with the board as to whether they are effective or sleeping on duty. Because with this revelation, the functionality of the board becomes an issue, and it becomes of concern to us. Now, you proceed.
Chair, as I was referring to the same communication, the board held a meeting and appointed the 3 people in acting position. Chair, we have a succession plan.
So the board just meet to appoint and dismiss. Do you have nothing? What is the role of the board?
Chair, I have not gone through, but the board cannot sit and just dismiss, Chair.
Okay. Yes, Honorable. First introduce yourself, you have just come.
Thank you.
The letter of the president was served to them, the letter from the minister was served to them, and a decision was made by the board. And 3 people were appointed in acting positions, and the 3 people are as part of our succession planning that we have.
Now, when the board sat, just for us to be sure that the board exists, how many members of the board sat?
Chair, I'll verify whether they had 100%.
Do we have an officer?
From the corporation secretary.
Corporation secretary, how many members of the board sat?
And it should be included in among the documents you're going to avail.
Engineer Twist J. Ronald. 2, Engineer Soma Ayubu. 3, Miss Helen Wenene Mary. 4, Engineer Olaki Ronald. 5, Engineer Chitonsa Stephen. 6, Engineer Kisambira Rogers. They should vacate office immediately, organize for their handovers. I'll look for patriotic Ugandans to replace them. Signed, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, President of the Republic of Uganda. Copy to His Excellency the Vice President. Copy to the Honorable Prime Minister. Copy to the Minister of Public Service, and copy to the Attorney General.
Maybe if you pause there, Member Tikuloza.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. The board indeed sat, that is true. Being in a conflicted position, since I was one of the members being considered, I was requested, I was not permitted to be part of the meeting. But I can confirm that we did facilitate the meeting in its taking place.
So in your absence, who was there? Honorable Secretary. In your absence, who acted as the secretary? Because from the outcome, the documents can really account for who was there and who was taking minutes.
Chair, the minutes of this meeting can be shared, but the board appointed one of its directors to take the minute of that meeting.
And from the minutes, how many members sat of the board?
Chair, these minutes will be provided because I don't have them on me here.
Who may have looked at from your communication, Madam Acting Director General?
Yes, Chair.
How many members of the board?
Chair, allow us to also get the copy of the minutes, because as not part of the board meeting, but allow us to get a copy of the minutes before this meeting ends, and you'll have them, Chair, in the folder.
Did you receive copies?
We must be having copies of the minutes, Chair. That's why I'm requesting that we proceed to get the minutes from the board, submit. What we received, Chair, is the board resolution that instructed us to proceed to retire the 3 officers and proceed to appoint the 3 people in acting position.
The board resolution was signed by,
It was signed by the board chairman.
is it the practice that is signed by the chairman?
Yes, Chair, when it's a full board, it's signed by the board chairman. If it's a board committee, it's signed by the specific chair of the specific committee.
Well, we need to interrogate some of these specifics. That's what we appreciate. What did you use?
Chair, we don't have a record, and I want to request that that question, Chair, is given to the board, because I'm not in position, Chair, to speak on the board on the behalf
No,
of
I just
my board of
want
directors.
on your side as the technical team, in charge. Have you ever received any communication from the board or concern over the said individuals?
No.
So the board probably was not aware or did not follow up.
I can't comment, Chair, but we never received any communication from the board chair against
you.
the 3 officers.
Thank you. Honorable Naki.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chairman. I think there's also the HR manager here. In every organization that is following proper corporate governance, they must be having performance reviews. Now, if you go to the record of these staff who were suspended or were retired, what was their performance score? Or was it part of, or were there some issues raised in their performance review?